Here's a simple grocery list you can copy to lose weight much easier. And these are the type of foods our clients eat to lose anywhere from 5 to 50 kilos. And don't worry, it's not going to require 17 hours meal prepping every week. And yeah, let's do it, I guess. Kicking off with the most important part, protein. Remember, we have protein and then every other life responsibility underneath. Protein always comes first. So me and Cameraman Cooks just found these new drinks and we think we're gonna have to try it. So it supports cancer research, I love that. 30 grams of protein, iced coffee, and me and Cameraman Cooks do love our iced coffees. 207 calories with 30 grams of protein for the entire thing. That is elite.
That's great macros.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll grab this and we'll do the shop and then we'll try it at the end and let you know if it's any good. It doesn't say how much caffeine's in it, but I guess we'll find out, eh? Yeah. Oh, there's chocolate flavour too. What's the calories on those? Oh, it's pretty much the same. 213 calories, 30 grams of protein. That's elite. What brand is this? The little bottle of hope. Fucking love it, eh?
That's
what let's do it. You want an iced coffee? I mean, I did just have an iced coffee, but it's all good. We'll be right. I guess we could just start here. So protein sources, of course we're going to get to the main ones, but this is actually a really good little tip if you're on the go. Also, they make killer Ninja Creamies. If you have a Ninja Creamy, I like to use these. It's like the creamiest protein ice cream you'll ever eat. It's unreal. So I'm going to stock up on these bad boys. These are about the same, 30 protein and they're 300 to 330 calories, depending on what flavor you get. As you can see, there's like tons and tons of options. My other favorite is Rockabilly's. You can't go wrong with the Rockabilly's. 30 protein, under 300 calories. These ones apparently are pretty good. I haven't tried that one yet. You tried it, hey?
Yeah, but the banana one.
Yeah, you said it was good, hey?
Yeah,
yeah. And they're on special too, so we're laughing. Going to stock up on these, and also Paul's shakes, but they don't have any of those here. Those are really good. 5 protein shakes, good to go.
You remember those days of just smashing fat teas on?
Yeah. In high school, the best. Some donuts. Wait, man, you know what I'm getting for Christmas? Bring to Mitch's house. I'll save you some. The Krispy Kreme ones. You've been looking at them for a month, hey? All month. That's what I'm getting you for Christmas, eh? Just a 12 pack of Krispy Kreme. That's what real mates do, eh? Back to the real protein source as well. Of course, the shakes are real source as well, but ideally, if we're talking optimal, we want to not get in people's way and be twats. We always do that, but we try not to. Meats, lean meats, even some fattier cuts of meats, depending on how many calories you have. Ideally, you want most of your protein coming from this stuff, but I would say at least 50% of your day if you can. But of course, it completely depends on your schedule, how much time you have, enjoyment. If you, like, some people don't like eating a lot of meat, which is totally fine as well. But if you can, they're gonna be the best protein sources. So all the red meat is good. Personally, if you're gonna go beef mince, you wanna get extra lean beef mince.
That's 18% fat.
Yeah, not that one. So where's the 5%? Yeah. Oh, that's pork mince. Where's the normal beef? Oh, here. Now, the reason for that is because the extra lean beef mince is nearly half the calories of regular beef mince. And you can see, like, they pretty much look the same, a little bit different. You can see the fat in that. So this has nearly double the calories of this and less protein. So if you're trying to lose fat and keep it off, you want to get the extra lean mince. Turkey breast mince, turkey mince and chicken mince is like unreal macros. It's pretty much all protein, like you can't go wrong with that. And then as we keep going down, we also have over there, which I walked straight past, salmon, and I think whitefish is there too, hey, yeah. Salmon is a really good source of protein. I actually would count that as a fat source as well. Really good fat source, and you also get a good amount of protein, but just be careful if you're in a calorie deficit. It's pretty high calories, so just you do have to track it in. For example, my stepmom just helped her drop like 10 kilos. I'll throw her graph on screen. I'm not showing her photos because she'll fucking belt me. I'll be disowned if I show her photos. But before that, she was eating salmon every night, and she was like, yeah, it's just salmon and salad. And she showed me how much. It was like 700 calories, and it was just salmon and salad. Yeah, but it was like 2 slabs of salmon. There's a lot of protein, but like heaps of calories. And then she was putting like the noodle salad with it, and that stuff's like dense as. So just a little tasty, but yeah, that's the thing. And it's a healthy meal. Like, there is lots of nutrients, but it's like, hey, she still wanted to drop 10 kilos like that one. That wasn't happening, even though she was eating healthy. And that's where people get really frustrated, which I completely understand. Back to it, probably the GOAT of, no, not that one. This is probably the GOAT of high protein foods. Like, everyone knows this. Chicken breast, chicken tenderloins. I have this every single day without a doubt, and that should be one of your go-to protein sources if you like meat. You can get chicken thighs, but they're a little bit higher calories, a bit less protein, but they can still fit your calories pretty easily. So if you're someone that's like, I hate chicken breast, but I love chicken thigh, we have some clients like that, that's totally fine to do as well. You know what, as well? I actually feel bad saying this as an Australian, but like kangaroo meat is such a good source of protein. It's pretty much all protein, very, very minimal fat, very lean, so it's very low in calories. It's a bit gamey. Have you tried it? You haven't tried it? We're gonna have to get you to try it. I actually used to eat it all the time, but it's not my go-to source, but it's an extremely good source of protein. So if you do like kangaroo, Next up, we got steaks. All steaks are going to be a good source of protein. Just keep in mind some cuts much fattier than other cuts. My personal go-to is, which they don't have it, is rump steak. Yeah, oh, they do have it right here. Literally right in front of me. Wait, is that rump steak? Is that the same shit?
Rump medallion, yeah.
Same, man. One of the other best sources of protein is Greek yogurt, and just a side note, dairy is actually a really good source of protein as well. So just keep that in mind. So if you can tolerate dairy, I know some people can't, but if you can, it's a really good source of protein. In terms of like what to get, the fat-free Greek yogurt is the best. I think that's on the other side, but luckily for us, brands these days, there's new ones coming out all the time, new flavors, and it's probably my go-to protein snack. Same for clients, just something simple like a YoPro, 15 grams of protein. You're talking like 94 calories, unreal macros. And then you have like these ones, the YoPro Performs. These macros are like goated. 20 grams of protein and it's only 120 calories. If you pair this little piece of fruit, that's an unbeatable snack right there. Little piece, that's massive, eh? And there's so many brands as well, like Chobani. These new ones, Greek Union, I really like these ones. They taste really good. And just on the go, look, you don't even need a spoon. Like they're just making it so easy for us, which is so good. Just take advantage of it. Chobani Fits, these ones are really good as well. 15, they're all similar calories, around 15 protein and like 95 to 100 calories. And then we have a few other snacks. I guess they're would you call them yogurts, like Rockabies and stuff? Or more like dessert snacks? Like you got Wicked Sisters.
So like, what do they call it? Puddings?
Yeah, puddings. Like these are unreal snacks as well. 15 grams of protein, 160 calories. These ones are one of my favorites by far. The Rockaby Proe, 15 protein. Well, they don't have Arla here. In Coles though, you can get Arla protein puddings, 20 protein, 150 calories, and they taste like unreal. Definitely recommend those. And the Pauls. The Pauls are good as well. The vanilla custard, that one's good. The caramel, honestly, they're all good, hey. I actually haven't had a shit one yet, have you? I haven't had any bad puddings where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't get that. Now moving into carbs, guys. This is where the magic happens right here. This is Cookie's Christmas present, man. I'm gonna get him 12 of those. This is one of the best protein sources by far, especially when you're in a fat loss phase. 100 grams, 9.3 grams protein, 56 calories, unreal. I use these to make overnight oats, overnight wheat bix. You can make like yogurt bowls, that's unreal. So you put a little bit of protein, mix it up to give it some flavor, throw in berries, Biscoff. Shit.
We had that
so good. Oh, it's unreal, hey? Yeah, 300 calories, 30 grams of protein. Like, can't go wrong. And it literally takes 2 seconds to make. That's the other thing to keep in mind with some of the protein sources and carbs and everything we're showing. You got to keep convenience in mind and like simplicity. So we'll chat about that a bit more, but stuff like that and the protein snacks and the protein puddings, game changer. Speaking of convenience and simplicity, next on the protein list, we have all of your more processed meats. So everything like that you eat from the store is probably going to be processed to some degree, right? Like the chicken breast doesn't just end up in the packet, has to go through a process, but of course it's very minimally processed, whereas we're talking like this chicken breast, much more heavily processed. But doesn't mean it's the end of the world, doesn't mean it's bad, and doesn't mean you can't eat it and still hit your goals. You absolutely can. And sometimes it's just gonna be more convenient. So maybe you don't have any chicken cooked, but maybe you got some pre-cooked chicken in the fridge. There's tons of different brands. Personally, I don't love that brand. I feel like it is way more processed than the Mount Barker. I like this brand better. I feel like it tastes better, but each to their own. Some of our clients love this one. This can just be a really, really convenient source of protein. If you have no time whatsoever, you can throw that into a chicken sandwich with some salad, low-calorie sauce, tastes bomb. Get like 40, 50 protein, good to go. Of course, we got leg ham. You can do so much with this stuff. You can throw it into omelet and you can make simple chicken sandwiches, like I was saying, chicken wraps. Like it can be useful, ham on top of pizza to get the protein intake up, but I'll leave that one to just depends on how much of this stuff you want to use. Of course, bacon, not the streaky bacon. Where's the shortcut bacon? So this is actually a good little tip to keep in mind here. Shortcut bacon, hold up. Shortcut bacon is generally half the calories of streaky bacon. So just something to keep in mind if you're doing like bacon and eggs on toast or bacon and egg sangers or whatever. For 50 grams, 18 grams of protein, only 155 calories. That's not bad. Another great source of protein, which I personally do not like, but Cameraman Cooks loves it, is the cat food, AKA the tuna. And to be fair, like even if you get the flavored ones, tuna with mango chili,
that's actually,
is it good?
Yeah,
This tin's not that high protein though, 12 grams protein. Most of them are 18, hey. Normal tuna tins, where did I get that from? Where? Let's get a normal one.
the spring water ones.
Yeah.
Don't taste as good.
14 protein. Even that one though, lemon and cracked pepper. 14 protein and like under 100 calories. So tuna for calorie to protein ratio is insane. And also like it's the most convenient protein source that's like other than like a shake or a yogurt. You can just get that, eat it, throw it in salad, throw it in wrap. What else do you eat it with? Throw it on rice cakes.
Rice, yeah.
Rice, tuna rice bowls. Like to be fair, sometimes I actually wish I liked tuna because it's just so convenient.
Pretty cheap as well.
It's so cheap too. Like, it's actually such a good shout. If you like tuna, great protein source. Also, to keep in mind, I just want to run through this quickly as well. A lot of people that don't eat meat or don't like meat say like they use chickpeas or lentils or beans as their protein source. Now, if you don't eat meat at all, it's going to be much harder to hit your protein source, but you can still make it work. But what I would say is when you take that advice, let me show you, like chickpeas is a good protein source. Like it does have protein, but it's not, I wouldn't call it a protein source because for example, for 100 grams, you get 7.2 grams of protein. You also get 20 grams of carbs. It's more of a carb source than a protein source, and you have to eat a shitload to hit a protein target. So of course you'd probably pair it with other stuff, but I'm just saying if you're not opposed to eating meats and dairies and stuff like that, look at these as good foods to add in, but they're more of a carb source than a protein source. Another convenient on-the-go protein source is protein bars. As you can see, tons of flavors, tons of brands, heaps of good ones, heaps of maybe not so good ones, and they range honestly anywhere from like 15 grams of protein all the way up to like 45. So it really depends on what you need, but best bang for buck in terms of like protein, like the highest protein ones are the BSC high protein bars. These have 48 grams of protein. What I personally like better is the Musashi high protein, like these ones here. These have 45 grams of protein for, depending on the flavor, for around 300 calories. This one has 340 calories, probably because it's the peanut butter one. But this is my go-to bar when traveling. I always say that, eh? But yeah, it depends on what you need. These I wouldn't rely, like I was saying earlier, I wouldn't rely on this as like your go-to protein source because number one, it's gonna be crazy expensive, but number two, it's gonna, not be ideal. But good little snack in there to get a little 20 gram, 30 gram bump of protein can be good. Another one of my favorites for taste, these are pretty unreal for taste, hey, the Grenade Oreo bars. These are 20 protein and I believe like 230-ish calories. Let me double check. 20 protein, 253 calories that flavor, but they're pretty damn good, hey. Another insanely good source of protein is fish and seafood. So again, just depends on taste, budget, all that stuff, but I'm trying to just show you all the best options. So prawns is one of my favorite protein sources, although I never eat it just because it's insanely expensive. But like bassa fillets, when I used to work in the gym, I would smash those for dinner all the time just because they're cheap. They keep them in the freezer, like they last for ages, and it's pretty much all protein. There's very minimal calories, there's very minimal fat. And then like I mentioned before, salmon, you can get it fresh or frozen. But see, look at this shit. Tasmanian salmon skim on, 40 bucks a kilo. That's getting up there, hey. But anyway, fish is like an amazing source of protein. For the ones that don't like chicken and red meat, I'd be smashing whitefish.
Wait, we should start fishing.
I was gonna say, when was the last time you went fishing?
Last year.
That was legit over a year ago.
It was only once.
Did you catch anything? What'd you catch?
Just fish.
Oh, yeah, no shit. But what fish?
I think it was just a whiting.
Whiting. I think you're telling porcupines, eh?
Nah.
Nah?
I mean, I'm not lying. I just don't know.
Just can't remember.
Yeah.
Another amazing source of protein, but I'm going to put this into the protein and fats source, are going to be your whole eggs. So a whole egg is going to be around 75 calories, 6 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat. So the fat is all in the egg yolk, by the way, if you're unaware, but amazing source of protein and nutrients. But just beware of eggs as well, because I used to hear all the time, and my parents were big on this, they'd be like, yeah, I had heaps of protein for breakfast. So what'd you have? 2 eggs. I'm like, you had 12 grams of protein. Like, it's really not that much. So just keep that in mind as well. These are huge, yeah. Oh boy, what the fuck?
Egg.
What the fuck? That's different. I'm gonna get the normal eggs. Another one of the best protein sources there is egg whites. You can use this to mix, I personally like to mix it with whole eggs, make an omelette. It's just all protein. Like 100 grams is gonna give you 10 grams of protein and pretty much no calories, like 40 calories. So let's get some of these. I'm gonna put this one in the protein section. It's a good on-the-go snack. Again, no prep whatsoever, which is great. Beef jerky, it's unreal. It depends on what brand you get. This is 17 grams of protein for the pack, around 130-ish calories, but there's better brands in terms of more protein. This is 114 calories with 18.4 protein. It's not too bad. You can get ones, it's not here though, hey. Was it at Costco we found that bag? It was like 50 protein for the bag and like 250 calories or something. It was insane. Also, to throw into like the protein category, skim milk. It's actually a good source of protein, to be honest. So some of the protein bars that we were talking about, you can get more protein from skim milk than a bar, which is pretty crazy. So for 250 mils, there's only 84 calories and 8 grams of protein. So it's actually close to that 10-to-1 ratio that we often talk about. So if you're making like overnight oats or coffee or smoothies.
Tea, man.
Tea? Cooks on his teas, eh? You love the teas. Carb sources, the second most important after protein, because carb sources, number one, carbs are life. Number two, they're gonna help fuel your training and recovery. And number three, it's actually where you can get a lot of your nutrients and fiber from as well. So don't think you can't eat carbs. You should be eating carbs it's just all about moderation. So the best carb sources are going to be all of your fruits. So literally like this whole section is good. Literally any fruits you want, it's going to be unreal. Boy, how good is fresh mango though? Hey, it's literally the best thing ever.
I need to eat more.
I eat so much fruit, like three times a day at least. That's another good shout as well. I wasn't even going to make that a category because I think we all know veggies. We should all eat more veggies. We'll kind of throw them in the carbs. They're all pretty much extremely low calorie. So any fruits and veggies, like the more the better, to be honest. I think that one's a given, eh? I mean, people think fruit's bad because of the sugar, which is just fucking absurd. If someone tells you don't eat fruit because of the sugar, like, honestly, just run the other way, hey. Right alongside fruit, one of the best carb sources, like the best carb sources, sweet potatoes, regular white potato, and then of course, this is the GOAT of calorie deficit carbs. Like if you're in a deficit, you're trying to lose fat, spud light potatoes, my go-to meal. When I dropped 3 kilos over the last 3 weeks, a little Christmas shred, tidy up, this was dinner every single night. 400 grams, which is heaps. It's like 200 calories. Like, you just can't beat that. For food volume as well, charisma potatoes, spud light, they're all just slightly less calories. But if you can't get them, white potatoes is just as good. White potatoes, especially when boiled, is ranked, I believe, #1 on the satiety index, basically meaning it's like the most filling food you can eat. So when you're in a calorie deficit, that is what you want. For snacks, and I would also put this in the carbs category, we've got popcorn. Popcorn actually not a bad carb source and pretty good for a snack because you get like a decent amount of volume and it's gonna be much better. Like if you like to have a little snack when you're watching some Netflix or something, that is gonna be better than smashing a whole bag of chips, if you know what I'm saying. Because once you open those Red Rock delis, game over.
You know what's good as well, what I get? Is like these ones that have
yeah, that's a good shout.
Like if I have
one pack, yeah,
that's this much calories for that.
That's actually a real good tip from Cameraman Cooks. The individual packets work so much better. And same with desserts, which we're going to get to in a second. That's something that our clients also agree on all the time. Instead of buying a big pack, if you buy the individual ones, you can just open one and you're good. It's like a psychological thing, hey? But it definitely works. We can't talk about carb sources without mentioning rice. Probably one of the most convenient, best carb sources there is. Although I would say if you're in a calorie deficit, personally, I don't find rice very filling. Cameraman Cook's giving me the nod because he agrees. The best rice, in my opinion, jasmine rice tastes the best, but you can just eat a lot of it and it does rack up pretty fast. So if you have a massive appetite, like me and Cameraman Cooks, I'd recommend using rice, but just keeping that in mind and maybe using spud light potato if you have time, as you're gonna be way more full. That's what I try and do. And then once I come out of the deficit, I go from spuds to rice, because in my opinion, enjoy the taste of it. Spuds get a bit boring. This is way more convenient because you can get the microwave pouches like this, which is what I usually get because I'm lazy. So it's the ultimate lazy, hey? But it's just so convenient. Efficiency, yeah. Lazy with efficient. And then of course, if you want less than a pouch, you can go for like the rice cups. These have less calories than the pouches. It's about half, so rice. And also, Uncle Ben's elite. Like, they got so many flavors. To be fair, these are pretty dense though. Like, let me show you this. I think it's like 400 calories for a bag. Yeah, 830 times 2. Yeah, it's like 400 and something calories for a pouch of Mexican style rice. So
Tastes good.
it does taste good. Another good carb source is rice noodles, like udon noodles, stuff like that. Again, you can use these to make like chicken ramens or like chicken dishes, teriyaki dishes. Again, they're not like super filling in my opinion, but if you don't have an appetite for fucking warthog, you'll be sweet. And then like rice noodles like these. Oh wait, no, they're cognac noodles. Oh, these have these are hacks, but they're disgusting. They're 11 calories. The whole bag, in my opinion, this whole bag is 20 calories. But you know what I used to do when I was like, I was gonna say real toxic. No, when I was younger and I would go hard on the deficits, like too much, I would do like half. I would do like half these with rice noodles and you get an insane amount and it kind of masks the flavor. But if you've never tried cognac noodles before, give them a try and see if you like them. Because if you do like them, it is a fucking diet hack. But my guess is you won't enjoy the taste of them. Pasta, honestly, not a bad carb source at all. Get a bit of fiber in there. I mean, who doesn't love pasta? Now, what I would say is like, again, similar to rice, you don't get a ton for the amount of calories it is, but it doesn't mean you can't have it. Like, I would say majority of our clients have pasta meals throughout their coaching and lose tons of fat. So again, it depends on appetite. I eat pasta all the time. What you can do as well, I guess this is like half carb, half protein source. The protein pasta, to be honest, this is actually really good because it's got a lot of fiber as well, so it does fill you up. So it's like, for 100 grams is 343 calories, but 50 carb, but 25 grams of protein. So like if you throw that into like, you can make a pasta salad with some chicken, some veggies, some salad, some low calorie sauce or dressing, it's actually elite. And they got the penne version, they got the spaghetti version, they got you covered. I reckon it tastes slightly worse than normal pasta, hey. But honestly, when you're in deficit, you barely notice.
Especially when you put the meats in and the sauce.
Mix it all together, yeah.
Veggies,
I agree. Another good little snack for carbs, this can be good to pair with protein as well, like to put the tuna on, if you like tuna, is corn thins and rice cakes. Rice cakes, it's pretty much all, like 90% rice, I believe. This one is 99% brown rice. So for my, what's it called, my processed fam out there, it's just rice. 100 calories for 4 cakes. That's pretty damn good. So if you like tuna, right, you can put a few slices of tomato on there, tuna on top of 4 of these, you can get like over 30 grams of protein for like 300-ish calories. That's like an insanely good snack slash meal, hey. And they're $1.65 as well. So the absolute goated carb source, my favorite, oats. It's pretty much what I've been eating for breakfast every single day for like a decade. You can't beat oats for a carb source. You're gonna get fiber, you're gonna get nutrients. It's very filling. You can make protein oats, dump a scoop of protein there, mix it around, throw your berries on top, throw your peanut butter. You got a complete meal, 30, 40 protein, under 500 calories, and it's gonna keep you full for ages. And you got lots of nutrients in there too. You got protein, carbs, and healthy fats. So stock up, and fiber, definitely. Speaking of fiber, and another good carb source for breakfast is Wheat Bix. Wheat Bix. You can make overnight Wheat Bix with these. Or to be honest, if I'm not in a calorie deficit, pre or post workout, I'll just mix up a protein shake like skim milk, protein, shake that up, berries on top of Wheat Bix, pour it over, tastes elite, and it's like such good carb source. So 2 biscuits, 2 Wheat Bix is 110 calories. You also get a bit of protein here as well, like nearly 4 grams protein, 20 carbs. So really good source of carbs and fiber. Despite what you may think, bread, wraps can actually be a really good carb source. Now, if you prefer like wholemeal and seeded bread, the calories can go up a bit faster, but that's up to you. Personally, I prefer the taste of white bread, and it's much lower calories as well. And don't worry, you can eat bread and lose body fat. For 2 slices of just the regular Woolies bread, there's only 164 calories, 5 grams protein, 30 grams carbs. So my honestly favorite meal for lunch is just simple chicken sandwiches, high protein, decent amount of carbs, not a lot of calories. Like you can get 50 grams of protein for around 500 calories and have a very filling meal. If you pair that with like a piece of fruit as well, it's super filling. This is the ultimate low calorie bread, the country split white bread. It's like 490 kilojoules for 2 slices, which is like 120 or something like that. Like it's very airy and it's got some holes in it sometimes, but honestly, I like it. Hey, I don't mind it at all. So if you're on super low calories, this is what I'd be having. I know a lot of people love the seeded bread, hey, like the mixed grain and stuff, but to put into perspective, like Helga's mixed grain bread is double the calories of country split. So you could have literally 2 sangers for the same amount of calories as one if you use the Helga's mixed grain or the seeded bread. So just something to keep in mind. Depends what you want, like food volume or your grainy bread, I guess. By the way, on the bread subject, if you love your sourdough, the Helga's sourdough, actually not too bad. 180 calories for 2 slices, so only a tiny bit more than the white bread, and 6.6 protein, so not too bad. I'm actually gonna get this one today, try it out. Sourdough bread's good, hey. Cool, also wraps, unreal carb source. Some of them these days, well, they're honestly more of a protein source than carbs. Like for example, high protein, these wraps here, 111 calories, 8 grams of protein, only 6 grams of carbs, so it's actually more of a protein source than a carb source. But then there's honestly wraps, it's similar to bread, like it's just so convenient and easy. You can just throw, sorry, I'm just getting in the way as always. You're good. You can just throw your chicken and your salad into a wrap. You can have a super high protein lunch ready to go. Like, that's all I gotta say about that, to be honest. For carbs, when I was talking about fruits, my personal favorite is to get like mangoes, apples, bananas, and then the frozen aisle for all my berries, because they just last longer. Throw it in oats, throw it in overnight Wheat Bix, tastes unreal. Blueberries my favorite, but mixed berries, again, like probably the best carb source you can eat alongside potatoes and stuff like that. So now when we're talking fat sources, olive oil and just oils in general, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, whatever, probably the first thing that comes to mind. But you need to be very cautious of this if you're in a calorie deficit, and I would highly recommend swapping for the spray. So like, just because of the volume that you use, so like instead of getting the bottle, whatever bottle, doesn't matter whatever brand, I would recommend just swapping for the spray. And the reason is you're just gonna use so much less. Now there's nothing wrong with cooking in olive oil or like putting a little bit on your salad if you count it into your calories and if you can control it. And I just generally never really see that work too much because it's pretty easy to get in the habit of just like throwing it in the pan like that. So just keep that in mind. But it is a great fat source. But personally, if you're on a deficit, I would swap for the spray. You can get those fat sources from something else that's gonna be more filling. What do you reckon, Cooks?
See?
See? Coconut water is a good carb source.
I actually taste it. Have you tried the chocolate ones?
Coffee latte? Does he?
Coca-Cola coming with the goods.
With the goods, mate. 78 calories per serve for 250 mil. Tell you what though, if you're an athlete, which I'm clearly not, but coconut water is actually a really good carb source to have around your training. Now again, if I'm in a calorie deficit, I would not be drinking my calories, I'd rather eat them. But if you're not in a deficit, and especially if you're bulking, coconut water while you're training or like before and after, insanely good carb source. Yeah, and you get electrolytes. Like a lot of people love the taste of it too. Can't go wrong. When it comes to your fat sources, honestly, you don't need a ton of different things to get your healthy fats in. And some of your fat sources are going to come naturally through your other foods that you're eating and through your protein sources as well. So just keep that in mind, especially if you are doing like salmon. Whole eggs, that's a really good source of fat. Peanut butter is one of my favorite fat sources. It's a really good source, and who doesn't love peanut butter? It tastes unreal. But like we always say, with peanut butter, you do need to be careful because the calories can rack up so fast. So just make sure you actually are weighing this shit out and you're not doing the old eyeball on top of the oats, because otherwise, 80 calories turns into 160, turns into 300, and then you're not hitting your goals, you know what I'm saying? And then the goat of fat sources, not really, but really, is the Biscoff. You just can't go wrong with Biscoff, hey? You can, but Another decent source of fat and protein, I kind of put these in the same category, is cheese. Like I was saying, dairy is a good source of protein. So for 25 grams of the light tasty cheese, there's 84 calories. You get 7 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat. So it's pretty good, and obviously it makes your meals taste way better. Everyone loves cheese. So the light tasty cheese is a good shout. If you want, I really like this one, the Bega, the 50% less fat. Now they're calling it 40% more protein. Same. There's a bunch. Hey, mozzarella. What do you usually get? I usually get this one or this tasty cheese.
Talking about the avocado.
Oh yeah, I need an avocado. So we're gonna go get one, but good spot for Cameraman Cooks. Probably one of the greatest fat sources. Tastes good, lots of nutrients, good fat source, avocados. If you pair this with eggs, got an Aussie breakfast. But also keep in mind, it can be really high calorie if you're not careful. So just keep that in mind, and not a ton of protein if you do it wrong. So anyway, avocado, good fat source. Eat avocados. Another really good fat source is nuts. Almonds, cashews, macadamias, but, massive but, if you're in a calorie deficit and trying to lose body fat, personally, wouldn't recommend making this one of your daily food choices unless you have really good self-discipline control or you put it into your meal plan. Even then, you're gonna get more bang for buck from like eggs and avocados and stuff like that, because for example, this tiny little bag of macadamias, like tiniest, maybe 2 handfuls. Almonds, thanks bro. Almonds, my bad, has 340 calories for like maybe 2 handfuls. So just keep that in mind. For the extras category, we have sugar-free drinks. So most of them are going to be like pretty much no calories, maybe 10 calories max. What I personally enjoy is because if you get a bit bored of drinking water, like I know everyone says just drink water, you should, but you're going to get a little bit bored of it. And if you're on a diet, just put a little bit of cordial in your water every now and then to, in my opinion, if I got some cravings in the arvo and I'm in a calorie deficit, I can have like a sugar-free can, just gives you a bit of the bubbly feeling in the stomach, or some sugar-free cordial, and that paired with a little protein snack that we were talking and a piece of fruit, like that's enough to tie me over, and then I feel good, and then my cravings go away and I'm good for dinner, and I don't feel like annihilating like a whole block of chocolate or something. So like it can be very, very useful. I know some people don't like sugar-free drinks. That's up to you, isn't it? It's personal choice, isn't it, cooks? For the extras, because we've got all the proteins, we've got the carbs, we've got our veggies going down, we're not going to eat it dry and bland. So we have the goated aisle, the sauces. Now there's so many good low calorie sauces you can use. Honestly, I don't even know where to start, but I'll show you some of my favorite ones. So the smoky barbecue, like if you're having lots of summer barbecues, on hot dogs, on burgers, elite. It's like a quarter of the calories of burger sauce, which is, you're just gonna save heaps. I think we walked past heaps of the good ones actually. If you enjoy spicy food, this is like 10 calories. Yeah, it's 10 calories per serve, so you get a good amount. The Peronaise is one of my favorites, a little bit more on the higher end, but it's still like tons and tons of less calories than the other ones. 33 per serve, which is pretty damn good. And then you know what I've been loving recently on chicken sangers is, where is it? The Dijon mustard.
Oh, really?
It's so good, but of course they don't have it. I've got some at home anyway, but nah, not that, like this brand. The Master Foods, the Dijon mustards, or if you can get it, which they don't have it here either, the honey mustard. Shit, it's so good. It's like 20 calories, I believe, per serve. It's elite. If you love spices, the Sriracha, Tabasco, ABC, Frank's Red Hot, wherever it is, right here, all extremely low calories, so you can smash that. And the goated chili sauce, which they don't have, is the Thai AM sweet chili. Kind of looks like this. We'll just put it on screen for you. Already touched on drinks a bit, but these are the better ones. So if you are in a deficit, these can be an absolute lifesaver. Like instead of the normal Pasito, grab the sugar-free Pasito. Instead of normal lemonade, grab the sugar-free lemonade. Everything pretty much has a sugar-free version now, and in my opinion, it actually tastes better. Maybe that's just because I'm way used to that. Way used to that, that's terrible English. Maybe it's just because I'm used to that, but that is an absolute lifesaver when you're in a calorie deficit and trying to lose fat. Oh, fucking zap me. I hate when that happens, eh? Solar energy, bit of Celsius.
Oh, they got, see? I wanted to get that.
This one?
Because they don't have that in Coles.
I'll get you one. Oh shit. Mango lemonade's good too.
Oh, what? They have that. They got way better ones than
This one's actually good. Mango passion fruit, I think is better. Hey, if you're a caffeine fiend, if you're an energy drink fiend, sometimes I don't like. I don't know, just chucking these in, you know what I'm saying? I just already know, like, people just get so weird about this, even if you show them the data and the blah, 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 whatever. I think with this stuff, guys, personal preference, but what I would say is, like, don't listen to just the fear-mongering videos you see online, because me and Cooks talk about this all the time. The easiest views you'll ever get is, like, when you emotionally attack someone and you go after, like, you take a fear-based marketing approach, which is what this is. So, like, there's a real-life client example, right? These monsters here, the regular ones, we had a client come in drinking 3 of these a day. These are 250 calories. So he's having 750 calories of monsters a day. Now, obviously that's a lot of caffeine. That's not a great habit, but he's already doing that. And if we just told him 0 energy drinks, 0 soft drinks whatsoever, like, do you think he's gonna stick to it? Fuck no, definitely not, trust me. I've been doing this a long time. I never ever see that work. And if it does work, it works for a month tops, and then they just go way back to it. So what we did is we educated him on it a bit, educated on the caffeine amount, and said it's like coming from us. It's a little high, so we see if we can get it down to like 2 a day, which he did, and then we swapped them for the Monster Ultras, because there's a bunch of flavors, 0 sugar ones, and these are 14 calories. So he went from 750 calories down to 30 a day. That right there, because he wasn't gaining weight, he wasn't losing, he was staying the same, and he did have a lot of body fat to lose, so this is gonna make him much healthier. What that did right there was create a 750 calorie deficit, pretty much, call it 700 calorie deficit, without changing a single thing of what he was eating throughout the day. Like, that is fucking insane. And that right there equals over half a kilo of body fat lost every single week. That's it. That's all we started with. That, his weight started coming down. And then once it started to plateau, then we looked at more of the foods he was eating and made some changes there. But also what happened, and this happens all the time, which is something cool to think about, when he made that one change without us saying anything else, his weight started coming down, which he was like, oh shit, this works. He's bought in, he trusts the process, that motivated him, and then he started just making better food choices by himself. So a little bit less takeout. These options we're showing you instead of some of the higher calorie options, and then it just came down even more. So that was a mad side tangent, but that's my way of saying, if you enjoy a sugar-free monster every now and then, you're not a bad person. You're all good. Now, when it comes to low-calorie snacks and desserts, honestly, I could spend like another 20 minutes just for this video in this aisle. So what I'll do instead is I'll link the video here where I showed all the best and a lot of our client favorite low-calorie snack and dessert options. Check that out. I think you'll like it. Oh, it's actually pretty damn good, hey? Not bad. I think I slightly prefer Rockaby Espresso, but the macros on this is better.
Please open it.
Shake me coffee for me.
I like that.
You rate it? I'm giving it an 8.7 out of 10.